Hey, thanks for stopping by to color. Today we're going to be working on my Color Wednesday blog post for December 14th, 2016. We're going to be using this cute freebie that's available over at All Dressed Up Stamps. It's called Cute Just Got Cuter, and I will put a link down in the description box if you'd like to head over and grab an image and color along too. If you have a question, make sure and leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I printed my image on Nina 80-pound Solar White cardstock, so let's color. Alright, so I'm going to start out by coloring his nose. I know it's already printed in black, but I want it to be darker, so I'm going to do W9 over the top of that. So be careful of that little white streak there. And it's got some cute little stitching around the outside too, so I'm going to not go quite so far out. But right in the middle here, we're going to make it a little bit darker. Just seemed like it was kind of a gray color. We're going to just tidy that up. Alright, so we're going to color the main body of the dog first. For this, we're going to use W8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and our 00. I know that's a lot, huh? But we can do it. So we're going to start with our W8. And let's start over here on this ear over here. So I'm going to do with my W8, right where there's a little line right here, I'm just going to come down that little line to the stitching down here at the top of his ear. And then over here on this side, let's do a little bit. Just like that. Then I'm going to grab W7. And I'm going to bring my line for this side up just a little bit more. And I also want to come down the inside of my W8. And then for this side, again, I want to bring it down a little bit. So let's go up a little ways. Next, I'm going to go with W5. And for W5, let's add a little dab of that right in here. And then we'll come down. And then for this side, let's come up just a little bit more. And let's see, let's brush this side up just a little bit more. Even that out just a bit. Then I'm going to go with W4. And let's see, I'm going to fill in this top part. And then over here, let's brush over those last three colors. And we'll go up here. That. And then on this side, let's brush away from this side. And then we're going to do W3. And I'm going to fill it the rest of the way in. So I'm going to go over the entire ear. I got a little bit there, I want to blend a little bit more, so I'm going to give it another swipe over that line. Like that. Okay, then we're going to go over here and we'll do this other ear. So again, we're going to start with our W8. And for W8, let's do right down here in the back of his ear. And then right where there's a little line right here, I'm going to come down that. And I want it to kind of curve out like this. Then I'm going to go with W7. So we want to add just to that line, so we're going to add a little bit on top of that. Then we'll do W5. Turn my dog a little bit here. And then for this, let's go finish up on the back side over here. And then we're just going to brush right along the edge of our W7. And then we'll go with W4. So again, I'm going to go over my last three colors and brush out just a bit more. Then we're going to grab W3. And again, I'm brushing over the previous colors, and I'm just pulling out past my last color. Then we're going to grab W2. And then we're going to grab W1. And we're going to fill this in. And I still want to swipe over all my colors. So let's go like this. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, let's see, W5 again. And I want to darken this up just a little bit. I want it to blend a little bit better. So let's put a little bit of this on there. And then we'll grab W4. And W3. W2. And then over the entire thing with our W1. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's hop down here and we'll do his body down here. So again, let's start with, let me move my pins here. I got so many on my desk, there's hardly any room. We're going to start with our W8. And for W8, let's color in this little spot that's above this bow right here too. And then we're going to do a little dab right in here. And how about a little dab down here under the bow. And maybe a little bit right here. Then we are going to grab W7. So W7, let's go out here, fill that in a little bit more down here, and then let's pull this over this way. And I'm going to add a little bit of this right at the bottom of his tail, and I'm going to soften this edge right here just a little bit. Then I'm going to grab W5. I'm going to fill this little section right here in, and right here. And I'm going to do a little dab on top of his tail here. Then I'm going to grab W4. So let's bring W4 down the side of his leg. And let's bring a little bit up the side of this leg. And his tail. Then we'll do W3. And now let's do a little bit of this down the inside of this leg. And how about a little dab over here on this side? And then a little bit more on his tail. Then we'll add W2. And W1. And I'm going to swipe over the entire leg area. Okay, then let's go up here and we'll do his face. So again, let's start with our W8. And for W8, we're going to do just a little dab over here. And a little bit down his face. Then we're going to grab W7. And for that, we just want to make this little curve a little bit fatter. So let's go like this. And we'll bring this color down in here. Next is W5. W4. And let's bring this along the edge of his ear on this way. And then we're going to brush this. I'm going to use this to give him a little bit of a nose mark right here. So it kind of goes in right here. So from that little spot right here, I'm going to go across like that. Next we'll do W3. And since I've got the W3 out, let's go up here and we'll do the inside of his ear right here a little bit. And on this side. Then we're going to do W2. And let's do a little bit on the ears in here too with this one. Then we're going to do W1. So my W1, I'm going to fill in the rest of my ear. And then let's bring this color down the side of his face right here. And then over the top of his nose. And we're going to bring this color down here to his nose too. Then we'll do W0. And then we'll do W00. Okay, then let's go back and do a second coat of a few of these. So let's go with the W4. So W4, we're going to go right along here. W3. W2. W1. W0. And then our W00. And for this, I'm going to go over his entire face. Let's do his eye and this little ear next. For that, we're going to use V20, C0, C00, and the Colorless Blender. I'm going to start with my V20. I'm going to do that right up here at the top of his ear. And I come right down along his ear right there and kind of circle around a little C over here at the bottom. And then for this ear, we're going to go right where I got my darkest black right here. And we're going to bring this around. And a C this way. Then we're going to do C0. And I'm going to use this to go right over the top of that V20. And I'm going to go just a little bit past the edge. And next we'll do C00. And again, we're just going to go right along the edge of that C0. And I'm going to kind of swoosh back here to the back too and get those the V20 a little bit. And then we'll take our Colorless Blender, and I'm just going to go over all three of those and out to the white. So I'm going to go little circles and pull out here into my white space. And then same for the ear. We'll start out here and we'll circle over all of those and back over here to the white. For his little bow, we're going to use YR04, 65, 02, and then E93. So we're going to start with our YR04. And let's do a little dab coming away from his neck. And then the top of the bow where there's a little knot there. I'll do a little bit on this bow back here. And then we want to go down the center of these. There's some little lines there. I'm just going to go right down those. Then we'll add YR65. YR02. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this back section in my knot. Let's bring this up. And then we'll go over all of that with our E93. Let's give him a little bit of ground to sit on. For that, we're going to use E47, 44, 43, and the colorless blender. I'm going to start with my E47. And let's do a little dab of that under his tail. And then I'm just going to go right along the edge of his feet. And we're going to come out over here. Then I want to add E44. E43. And then we'll do the colorless blender. And I'm going to just go out here past the white, and I'm going to swirl right up to the E47. Go little circles. Same for over here. Make it look a little pebbly. So let's give him a background now. For that, we're going to use B quadruple 0, triple 0, double 0, and the colorless blender. And I'm going to start with my colorless blender, and I'm going to, let's start over here. I'm going to lay down some wet. I'm going to make my paper wet. So I'm going to go out here. I want to go past all these words. Okay. And then I'm going to grab, moving a little bit closer, B quadruple 0. And I'm just going to go right over the top of that I just put down with and got wet. And then I'm going to add B triple 0 to that. And then we'll grab our colorless blender. And we're going to get our paper wet again. So let's start right here at the top of our blue. And let's go to the top of his ear. And grab your B quadruple 0. And let's just get this right in here where we wet it down. And then we'll add B triple 0 to that. So I just want to brush away from him, pull a little bit of that blue out this way. Okay, colorless blender again. I'm trying to keep the paper wet so it kind of makes it have a cute little, kind of squished together. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a little bit softer. And B quadruple 0. We're going to go up here, and we'll go right. Whoops, I touched the black. Be careful with that. I did the dog first because I was afraid I would just mess him completely up. So I figured if I did the dog first and I messed him up, I could always throw him away and start again. So B000. It's always easier to throw something away when you first start than when you get to the end. Now we'll do this side, so grab your colorless blender. Let's see here. Let's go down this way. And then B000. B000. And then I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm going to go over all that blue. So I'm just going to make some huge circles over all of that. And this will work best if your pen is full or just not running out, because mine is just flowing right over the top of the paper. It's not dragging. It's just smoothly going right over all of that. Okay, then I'm going to grab my B000 and I'm going to put that just in a few spots where I want it to have a little bit of a shadow, so like right here underneath of his chin. And then I'm going to pull it out here a little bit onto his body. That. And then how about a little dab up here in the corner of his ear. And then for this ear over here, and then under this little bow. So there is our adorable Cute Just Got Cuter all colored up. Isn't he just too cute? And this little sentiment that comes with it is got, in the got right here, it has a little heart. And I think I'll color that red, but since I didn't bring that into my video room, I'll have to do that later. So if you'd like to see what I did with this little image on my card, you can view my store blog post for December 17th of 2016, and you can see how cute he looks on the card front. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you had fun coloring with me today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!